friends, I have a little quick card tutorial for how I use this Globleland cutting die to create a birthday card. So I wanted to just show you my sample, what I came up with, and I think it turned out so adorable. Those colors are just so cute, and I love the little ice cream cone and that you're able to stack them, and the cutting dies cut beautifully. They were easy to take apart, so that is a bonus in my book, because I've gotten these kind of cut dies before that you have to take apart and they're super hard to get apart, but these were super easy to pull apart. And I store mine in plastic sleeves like this. I got a pack like on Amazon, a 50 pack or something. And then I also purchased these 5x7 magnetic sheets, and I just store them on here. And this one had a lot of dye, so I had to use the back too. And I try to keep the manufacturer with them. So where is that? I usually cut off the top or whatever name. These don't really have names, so I just cut this off so I know that this came from Globleland. So that's how I store mine. So I cut all of the pieces out, and I wanted to try and use as much of the pieces as I could to show you how beautifully they cut. Get closer, and I will put close-ups at the end as well. So and it's a stitched scalloped, and whenever you cut them, they come like this, so they come apart. So it's very useful. You can use it with this piece like I did here, or you can remove that piece and just use it as a frame. So I think both ways are perfect. So I'm going to create one for you. And oh, before I go on, this is what I used for this card. I used the Simple Story Magical Birthday, and I used this glitter cardstock for both the cards that I'm about to show you. I used the glitter cardstock from Recollections. I got it at Michael's. So I'm going to move this aside, and then I'm also using a couple of these word strips down here as my sentiment. So super fun, super easy, and a great way to use your scraps. You have all those scraps from leftover layouts and such. Super easy to just throw a card together too. And you know, we never seem to have cards when we need them, so I like to make them ahead of time, so I have them when I do. I'm using a 5x7 card base. Also believe this is Recollections, and I'm just going to center this card base to my 5x. Oh, this is actually a 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 card base. I'll just try to get it as center as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. And for this frame, I'm going to just use some art glitter glue, because I find it is easier to work with and to get where I want, and have a little bit of wiggle room if I don't get it exactly straight. So I'm going to center that, lay this down. And this paper is from Amy Tangerine. It's a paper pad I have called A Walk in the Park, I believe. I'll show you the paper pad in just a moment as soon as I get this laid down. And I just love these stitched border. I think that just gives it such a nice little extra touch. Okay, go ahead and put this piece down. Oops. Let's see. Center that. And then here comes the fun part. Not that this part wasn't fun too, but ice cream. What more need I say? So the last sample I showed you only had 2 dips or 2 scoops. This one's gonna have 3 scoops. And there's this little tiny piece that you can run through. Once you cut your scoop, you can run it back through your die cut machine and it looks like a big bite has been taken out of it. I thought that is so adorable. I have to add that to this one. So this card is going to get 3 scoops of ice cream. They were extra good this year, so they get lots of ice cream. Okay, so I'll put the blue scoop first. Isn't that adorable? And then the pink. I don't really think that's blue. I don't know what it is. I don't know what flavor. This would be strawberry. And this last one would be like mint. Maybe this is a blueberry ice cream. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. And there we go. Super easy. And then there's this little tiny cherry. And I cut out another one in green because I wanted the stem and the leaf to be green. So just a little bit of paper piercing here. And I'm just gonna sandwich those 2 together. It's super tiny to see. So I just sandwiched those together. And then I'm going to add that to the top. Just like that. And that is adorable. Okay, and then I need a sentiment to go across here. I'm having to reach behind me because I have no room on my desk. I have stuff everywhere. So this is the paper pad I was telling you about. It's Amy Tangerine. And I'm pretty sure this is called, Picnic in the Park. So that's what I used for this one. But it just so happens that some of these word sayings will fit perfectly here. So let's say, hip hip hooray for you, celebrating you. Which one do I want to use? Here's to the birthday girl. I like this one, celebrate good times. And it matches that violet kind of purpley pink. However, I do want to pop that up on some foam. I want that to have a little bit of dimension. I have to cut this in half to make it work. So this is my first tutorial using this die set. So I'm going to do one more. I'm going to come back in just a few minutes and show you one more project using this same die cut set. Because I think it has so many uses. This was just the first thing that came to my mind was a birthday party, mainly because I have a lot of birthdays coming up this month. And so There we go. Celebrate good times. And I just think that is so cute. So stay tuned and I will be right back and show you another project that I have. Oh, before I go, we can add some fun little confetti pieces to this. Just here and there from the sticker sheet. While it's here, I might as well use it, right? Here's confetti. Maybe one more. I like doing things in threes. I don't know where I want it though. Maybe this one goes right there. And this one can come down here closer. I'm gonna have to add some glue to that, but I think that finishes it off nicely and gives it a little bit more detail. So there's that one. And here's this one. I just think they are adorable. So make sure you look down below in the description box for a coupon code. The coupon code is Kelly5 and it is for if you go to Globleland.com and if you purchase $40 or more, you get $5 off. So be sure to check that out and go check Globleland out. Okay, for this project, I am going to create ice cream shaker boxes. So what I did was I cut out this part of the die, which is just an outline. And I used, because I didn't have any more fun foam in like white that I wanted, I just used real thick, this is watercolor paper, but you could use thin chipboard or whatever you have, even cardstock, but you just have to make more layers. So what I'm talking about is you're going to just use those pieces that come from this die to create a stack. So you're just going to sandwich several of them together to give you some lift, because you're going to, once we assemble this, you need some place for the sequins or glitter to have a place to live. So they will have room so they can shake. And say I cut out this on a transparency sheet, which I found at Salvation Army, a whole brand new box for like $3. So that's why I'm using this. You can use acetate, whatever you have available. So I cut this, I used this die to cut the transparency film. And the first thing I'm going to do is get those glued together. I want to make sure that I get glue all the way around, but not too much because you don't want it to seep out all over everything. And then put it down. And if you don't have it perfect, just try, and that's why glue is good. You have a little bit of wiggle room so you have time to adjust it. If you do get glue on it, it's not the end of the world, especially with this glitter glue. It dries clear, but you can also go in and wipe it off the transparency film with a cloth or something. And it's pretty easy to get off. So the tricky part, and probably the most fiddly part, is getting these glued together in a stack. And I glued mine, I glued 3 to 1 stack. And I'll do this one, and then for time's sake, I'll show you how to assemble with the one I've already glued together, just so you have an idea. So and then I would glue one more on top of that, and just try to make sure you get them even, which is kind of hard to do because this is pretty intricate. This is pretty small, but you just do the best you can. If it's not perfect, that's okay. So I'm going to move that aside. You get the idea of what to do with that. So the next step would be you could glue this here and this is just cut from using the same die that we cut the transparency film out on, just on a solid sheet of cardstock, whatever color you desire or pattern. So I'm going, as you can see on this one, maybe you can't see, I didn't get it perfectly sandwiched, which I'm not gonna stress over that. And I'm gonna use these for embellishing tags, and I will show the tag that I completed before the end of this tutorial, or the end of this video. I'll show you exactly what I made with it, how I used this little ice cream shaker box. So I'm gonna adjust this just a tiny bit, try to anyway. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to add some sequins, or actually this is just glitter, jumbo glitter, and it's called Crystal Quartz, and I just think it's super pretty. So I'm just gonna add some of that in there. And then I'm gonna take this part, the transparency film, and just glue around the edges. You wanna make sure you get glue all the way around because you don't want anything popping out. But just a thin line. I've drank too much coffee today. My hands are a little bit shaky. All right, and then you're just gonna sandwich that on top. And you have a cute little shaker box. Give it a couple of minutes to dry before you try to mess with it like I just did and run your glue, but that's okay, it dries clear. If you don't have this glue, or you have another glue that you might like, just make sure that it dries clear. But I love, love, love this art glitter glue. You could tell this bottle's been well loved, well used. And then you're just gonna add your cone to the bottom, and you have two different styles with this die set. You have the standard cone, and then you have the waffle cone, I guess you would call it. So I think I will go with this one because I haven't used it much. And just add a little bead of glue across the top and set that down on top of it to dry. And there is my little shaker ice cream cone. I feel like this needs to come up a little bit. Isn't that so cute? That's gonna make a wonderful, cute little embellishment. You could use it on a scrapbook page. You can use it in a mini album. You could use it on a tag, on a card. Very cute and useful and so fun to make. I just think it's, of course you can buy shaker boxes, but there's just something so satisfying about making your own stuff. Okay, I'm back with my project that I used these little shaker ice creams on, and I used another die set from Globleland, which is this one. I pointed this out earlier, and I just really love how versatile this is and how useful it is. What I did here was just create little gift tags, and so just add it to a gift with a little note on the back. I think that would be super cute, and I made 4 of them, and I used the same collection for my cards, Simple Stories, just because the colors of the glitter paper I had kind of coordinate really well with this, and I really wanted to use that glitter paper for the scoops. So, and then I used this decorative brad pack, and the sticker sheet. I used a lot of elements from the sticker sheet too. So that's a really fun collection to play with. Really girly and pastel-y and feminine, and I just like it. So. I love the dies. I'm very happy with them. They cut wonderfully, and I've had no issues whatsoever with them. So highly recommend Globleland, a good company. So some of them I tied ribbon to the top, some I added a brad to the top. Super easy to put together. Here I put they're almost like little water droplets, but they're hearts. Those come from Dress My Craft, and they're in 3 different sizes. They're little clear pebble hearts, and that's pretty much it. That is what I have done, what I've created with this one die set. I also have this little tag that I plan on using on a layout, and I had cut enough because once you start cutting, I mean, I feel like if you're gonna cut one, you might as well cut a bunch and either share them with someone or use them for other things. So, and use your scraps. So that's what I did here. So I still have these here to use, and I think that I will create some kind of layout using the Simple Stories Magical Birthday and these dies that I put together. So that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember, there is a coupon code down in the description bar, and be sure to go check out Globleland.com. I think they're a good company, and their prices are very economical, so go check them out. Thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that notification bell and the subscribe button so you know when I upload my next videos, and I really appreciate your comments and your thumbs ups, because that really helps my channel and gives me the encouragement I need to keep creating videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.